Tensions in the Middle East are spiking again. The United States has launched a sweeping naval blockade targeting Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz, a move that comes just days after a fragile ceasefire was announced. The action follows the collapse of peace talks in Islamabad, raising fears that the region could be sliding back toward open conflict.
With the temporary ceasefire agreement reached by relevant parties still in place, the United States ramped up military deployment and resorted to a targeted blockade. This will only aggravate confrontation, escalate tension, undermine the already fragile ceasefire, and further jeopardize safe passage through the strait. It is a dangerous and irresponsible move.
China has come out strongly against the move, warning that the blockade risks derailing diplomatic efforts and worsening instability. Beijing has called for immediate restraint, urging all sides to return to dialogue and uphold ceasefire commitments. The message is clear: military escalation will only deepen the crisis.
China believes that only a complete ceasefire can fundamentally create conditions for easing the situation. We urge relevant parties to honor the ceasefire arrangement, stick to the direction of peace talks, and take concrete actions to de-escalate the situation in the region so that normal traffic via the Strait of Hormuz will be able to resume as soon as possible.
The stakes go far beyond the battlefield. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most critical energy arteries, carrying nearly a fifth of global oil supply. Any disruption here threatens to shake global markets, and for China, the largest buyer of Iranian crude, the blockade strikes directly at its economic lifeline. The blockade is also being seen as a strategic pressure tactic. Analysts say Washington is not only targeting Iran's revenues, but also sending a message to Beijing. With Donald Trump warning of tariffs if China supports Tehran, the crisis is rapidly evolving into a wider geopolitical confrontation.
If the US is hell-bent on using it as an excuse to hike tariffs on China, we will take resolute countermeasures.
As tensions rise, China is positioning itself as a voice of restraint, calling for diplomacy, denying allegations of arms support to Iran, and urging a return to negotiations. But with military deployments increasing and trust eroding, the path forward remains uncertain. The question now: can diplomacy hold, or is the ceasefire already collapsing?
China urges relevant parties to observe ceasefire arrangement, focus on the general direction of dialogue and peace talks, take concrete actions for de-escalation, and restore normal passage at the strait as soon as possible.